Hello and welcome to the Federal. 295 plus. That is the seat projection that Congress President Mallikarjun Kharge has given for the Congress and its partners in the India alliance today as polling concluded for the seventh phase of the Lok Sabha election. The elections, the voting for the elections is now over. We have to wait till the 4th of June for the results. The exit polls will start coming in any minute now. And of course, the BJP has been saying that it's going to cross 370 seats out of 543 in the Lok Sabha on its own. 400 plus 400 par is the slogan that Prime Minister Narendra Modi had given for the NDA alliance. Today, uh, at 3 o'clock, while the polling for the seventh phase was still underway, uh, senior leaders of the India Alliance met at the Delhi residence of Congress President Mallikarjun Kharge. Uh, it was an informal meeting attended by almost all of the senior leaders of the India Alliance, except for leaders from Trinamool Congress, who, the party of West Bengal Chief Minister Mamata Banerjee, which has contested the West Bengal seats for the Lok Sabha on its own without any alliance, and Ms. Mehbooba Mufti of the PDP, who has also contested seats in Jammu and Kashmir on her own without an alliance with the other India bloc constituents, which are the Congress and the National Conference. So you had 24 leaders cutting across various parties of the India Alliance in attendance at the residence of Congress President Mallikarjun Kharge. As I said, this was an informal meeting. On the agenda were primarily a few things connected with the election. One, how to ensure that there is no scope for any kind of manipulation of the results on counting day, which is 4th of June. The uh, the Congress and other allies of the Congress have been saying for quite some time that they are not convinced that a free and fair election has been happening. They, of course, raised doubts on the EVM. They also subsequently, when the polling began, raised doubts, and with good reason, on the delay by the Election Commission in giving details of the voter turnout, the exact number of votes polled, and the breakup constituency wise. It was only with some intervention from the Supreme Court, a lot of criticism from the civil society. In wake of that, the Election Commission finally began giving those figures, and so there has been this question mark from the opposition, from the India bloc side, on whether the actual number of votes polled will tally with what the EVM finally shows. And so Form 17C, which gives the details of the actual number of votes polled, and which every candidate is entitled to receive from the Election Commission, from the returning officer in his or her constituency once the polling concludes. That form has assumed a lot of significance in this election. Today's meeting, it was decided, from what we are told, that all members of the India Alliance have instructed their party workers, their cadres, that whoever goes to the counting centers as the counting agent of the candidates of the various India parties he must stay right till the very end, of counting, till the time the certificate for whoever has won that seat is given out. He must tally the Form 17C with the votes polled that the EC that the that are revealed at the counting center. That's one of the things that was on the agenda. Second thing, which was a bit of an embarrassment for the Congress party, was that yesterday you had the Congress, its communication department heads, Mr. Jairam Ramesh and Mr. Pawan Khera, saying that the Congress party is going to boycott all television channel debates on exit polls, which are going to happen today. Today, when the India bloc meeting happened at Mr. Kharge's residence, there was a volte-face from the Congress's side, in a sense, uh, and it was decided that to expose, that's how Mr. Kharge put it, to expose the falsehoods, the alleged falsehoods of the exit poll, the claims of the BJP with regard to how many seats they're going to win or how many seats the opposition is likely to win. All members of the India Alliance will participate in, whoever's invited to whichever television news channel. They will participate in the exit poll debates. That was the other discussion that took place. Several other issues were brought up. There have been, through this 77, 76, 77 day long campaign, several instances where the opposition has raised a number of issues with regard to the violation of the Model Code of Conduct by the BJP, by various leaders of the BJP, including the Prime Minister, and also with regard to how the Election Commission has conducted these polls. And so today, again, it was decided that a memorandum will be submitted by the leaders of the India Alliance to the Election Commission tomorrow, that is 2 days before the counting, reiterating those concerns, plus adding a few more with regard to the various violations that have happened, what has been the action taken by the EC. If the EC has not taken any action, then telling the EC that that we've been raising these issues and you've not taken any action. Plus, with regard to whatever happens between today and counting day, June 4, the concerns of the India parties, all of those will be raised in that memorandum that the India leaders will submit tomorrow to the Election Commission. And then, of course, the most important thing was that you had the leaders of various India parties give their own assessment of how many seats in their respective states they are likely to win. And based on that, the Congress president said at the end of the meeting, when he addressed the media very briefly, that they are very confident. He called it Janta Ka Survey, a survey done by the people, because he said that this is the feedback that the people have given to the respective parties of the India Alliance, that the alliance will win 295 plus seats, not less. Whether Mr. Kharge and his allies are being too optimistic, accurate, we'll know on 4th of June. Whether the BJP is accurate, or too optimistic or exaggerating its claims of 370 and 400, we'll know on the 4th of June.